It's getting hotty in here. Stay with us as we break down part 1 of the 90-Day Fiance Tell-All.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
She can get a taste. She can get a taste.
Linda with the song choice today.
Like Mary Kate.
What's going on?
Larissa was giving everyone a little bit of taste.
Everyone.
Right?
That was no joke. And we have some funny pictures and stuff for news and gossip. Overall thoughts. Well, before we get started, I'm your girl Alice Bowers.
Hey guys, I'm Stacey Olivas. So happy to be back, you guys. It's been like
been a
forever.
It's been a while. How many
Miss
weeks?
you.
Yeah, like
It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, dang.
3 weeks too long.
We're back from the holidays. Linda and Twee here in the house. We have a new time now, guys. Sorry if you were waiting for us, but we are so happy to be back in this new year.
We are. What did you guys think of this tell-all, the first part?
Okay, I think there was a little fakeness. That's what I'm gonna say. A
that's the
little
word?
fakeness. A little fakeness is going on, and I feel it.
So do you mean fakeness as in the people are being fake or fake situations?
I think they're starting drama to stay relevant. Maybe
Last minute drama.
last minute drama. Well, I don't know how I feel. I don't know. Okay, well, we'll go into that. I'll go
Okay.
into that because
I thought overall I was much entertained by the tell-all. Like it had my
too.
full attention the whole 5,000 hours that it was.
Yeah.
It did because I was shocked about the drama, but I was also shocked that there was like teams. It's like team this versus team that.
Yeah.
Which, where did that come from if you guys all haven't met before?
Well, I have to say most of one person in particular is like just Team Fernanda.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Okay.
okay,
We'll
we
go
need
ahead
to
and
go
start
into
with
that
this
'cause
couple.
that is annoying the
Yes.
crap out of
we're gonna
me.
start with
So-
Ashley and Jay.
Woo!
I was Team Ashley, I'm not even gonna lie, this episode, because she stood up for herself. She's not playing any games. She's letting him know this is not okay. Trust, we cannot fix this.
Yep.
Like, this isn't something that I think I can look past. But before we jump into them, that's who I was saying I felt like was just Team Fernanda the whole time. I feel like there's like it's like a cliquey vibe going on with them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I kind of,
Yeah.
because everything, she was agreeing with everything Fernanda said.
That's true.
So I kind of wanted to like, maybe she'll go against something she says, anything, but she doesn't.
But
really.
do you think that she relates a little bit to Fernanda, like because Fernanda had that whole underwear situation,
Oh,
and has
probably,
like
yeah.
a few trust issues, or she used to, or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yep.
she thinks she's bonding on that level.
True
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
They both don't trust their men.
Yeah. And they're both like pretty much free spirits, really.
Mm-hmm.
Fernanda, even though sometimes we don't see her as one because she's always stuck in the house.
Yep.
We know how she really is back home. So
Right.
maybe I can see that.
Right.
I can see that.
Are we jumping into it?
I'm ready.
know.
Okay,
I
let's
was
do
gonna
it.
I'm
jump
ready.
in.
Let's go.
Okay.
Cool.
Thoughts on
Jay
our
and Ash?
Jamaican boy, Jay.
You know, I was pro Jay, guys, for a while, but
were.
you're like
both
you
were.
were called
You
in the
both were,
beginning
right?
of the season.
I told
I
you.
was because I
Did you?
feel like they
I-
actually had a connection, like the other couple. Some of them, I feel like there's like, come on, like there's not really a connection. It's more superficial. But Jay and Ashley, I feel like there was like a vibe going on. Like they were in love with each other.
Yeah,
You
because
guys
remember,
kinda-
you guys, when we met them, they seemed like so great and
Yeah.
so perfect and so happy with each other. So I was like, wow, this is like a beautiful couple. They really seem like they're communicating. Because remember, all season, they really had been communicating. So this cheating thing blew my mind.
I was always afraid that he wouldn't be monogamous. Like, that was my whole thing from the beginning. And then you guys got me sucked in, like the Ricky thing all over again.
Yep.
I was falling for Jay, and I'm like, yes, he treats her right. And he may be
Yeah.
young, but he knows how to love her. And then this. And then I'm like, okay.
It
Well, I
didn't
have to stop trusting men, too, clearly. Because
Right,
I'm
it didn't
falling for
really
these
shock
characters.
me. Now it just makes me think more like all men are on Tinder because we've seen this circumstance so much all the time now. It's like common.
Crazy. And to think that he did it 3 days after they got married.
Oh,
Like, can you
72
imagine if
hours.
she had caught? That's what I was about to say.
Why
If she
can't-
caught him 72 hours before, it would be a
Oh.
totally different situation.
Yeah. And I think that's what upsets her the most, is that it was 3 days after.
But I think also she went in kind of thinking he was going to change. Like, okay, now that he's married, it's time to commit. Where I don't really, I mean, she
Yeah.
was in Jamaica. He was playing around. So we heard, we don't know for sure, but it's like, and then you expect him to be this like man that's just going to do a complete change because he has a ring on his finger.
The doubt really hurt her when she was in the car on the way back. Did you anyone notice that? How she was just kind of looking out the window like I really messed up. Like, I just felt that vibe from her. She wasn't really happy on the way back.
And she was embarrassed, right? But the thing is, all season we've seen her friends warning her. And then she knew he was like messing around in Jamaica before he came over. And so I guess myself included, like, why would I think that would have changed?
Yeah.
Right? Just because he seemed like he was so in love with her and he was communicating and it was just so, I don't know, man.
I kind of thought so too. I thought they were really in love. Like, maybe they'll.
Yeah.
I think all the guys on this show.
I liked how real she was being about the situation, though.
Yeah, she
like,
was laying it down.
We may be in front of the cameras, but you were only faithful for 93. Well, you couldn't be even finished being faithful. It was 90 days, and then 3 days later, you know, like she was on his neck the entire time. Go, girl, because she's not playing. She was not afraid to say anything. It wasn't like a we'll talk about this behind closed doors type of situation.
The funk, right?
No, she was serious about everything she said, and I really appreciate that, Ashley, for just being
And then when he said it was like when he started to try to say it was a mistake, and that he didn't know, like he didn't get the words out, but he was implying that he didn't know what Tinder was. I was like,
a friendship app,
yeah,
right?
It's a misunderstanding.
And then she's like, "Don't act like you don't know what Tinder is."
Right.
I loved it. I love that she called him out on all the BS.
Everything.
Isn't that crazy how he was like switching and turning it all on like her, kind of like. Instead
Yeah.
of owning up.
Manipulating
And people
everything.
were even saying during the I don't know who it was specifically saying during the tell, it was like, just own up to what you did.
Yeah,
and
Jonathan
then
was giving
change
him
it.
Yeah.
Well, both of them are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You didn't pay enough attention to me. You're always on your phone.
Excuses.
Oh, hell no.
Excuses.
You should be able to be across the country and not have to worry about that.
It's just really childish, his mind and how,
And
I'm
he
just
even
like,
said that. He said that he was expecting once they got married that she would give him guidance on how to be a man. Do you remember hearing that?
Yeah.
I was like,
this was when they
you're
left
20.
when they got off the couch.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're 20 years old. I mean, your guidance should have happened long ago.
Yeah.
You're still growing, but still, she's not the woman to make you a man.
And
You
she
should
said
already
that.
be a man.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not here to babysit you.
Yeah.
Like, this is a
but
relationship.
it's crazy though, you guys. He didn't just like want to go meet a girl out. He's like invited her to come over the house while she was at work.
Yeah.
The ultimate disrespect.
Like, what are you gonna bring her in your bed and just like do stuff
She's
with
like,
her?
my car, my house, my bed. What?
Wow.
Insane.
How selfish is
Just
that,
so
though?
disrespectful.
How selfish
It makes
is
me
that?
have like my
I-
hope is like diminishing.
Was really emotional for Ashley. Like, I caught myself like with a lump in my throat. Like, hold on.
I know.
Is this happening to me?
Right.
It's just like, dude.
And after everything she's done for him too, right?
And even standing, just last episode, she was standing up for him with Natalie.
yeah.
It's just like, come on. And wait, I have to say something though. Do you guys remember Natalie driving off on that bike?
Yes! I kept watching that on
Like,
Instagram.
Wait, I'm like, stop.
You guys, that was that production. You didn't know it was producing. Come on, that was funny though. Like some guy
TLC knew what they were
producer
doing.
was like, just come on, guys, just add that in there.
Yes.
Come on.
Like, they're just a mad friend.
Does
That's so
any
funny.
part of you guys think that maybe this is for the show? Like he didn't really go on Tinder? Any part of you guys? Like this is just to kind of, or do you think it's legit real?
Not with Ashley.
Oh, so you've turned into the full
I've
skeptic.
turned into the skeptic
I don't
because this
think-
tell all, you guys.
Okay, but
Before I
here's
was
the
not a
thing.
skeptic.
But here's the thing, like even on their social media though, they don't follow each other. She took all the pictures down. So you saying they gone all the way to that length for the show?
But okay,
You can archive pictures now.
so
You can
we do
archive them.
that. I love
Okay.
doing that.
Yeah, me too.
But the
Archive.
thing, okay. So they said that they're done, but before that they weren't done. But that was when the episode aired. This episode was filmed back when, you know what I mean? Like
True,
this
but-
episode was filmed a while ago. But why, when the episode actually aired, they're like, "Oh, we're broken up."
I
But
don't-
the week before they were together.
I
Do
don't
you
know
what I
because
mean?
they were posting pictures in New York. Were they there to film? So that wasn't that long ago. That they were posting pictures skating and they were all together.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago.
I don't know.
I don't know. I really want to know when this was
now.
filmed, but I
I think they're
personally,
still together.
of any of the couples, I don't. I don't think that she would be faking. Like they could be still together. But
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
think this is like a
made
I don't
up
know.
drama with it. I don't
think
think
so?
anyone would go this far
Okay.
with the made up drama. There's plenty of people. Let me stop lying.
Yeah.
But not necessarily
And she
Ashley.
looked. I'll be honest too. She looked legit like she was hurt, and she's a good actress. Then, if
I
she's
mean,
not.
she's on Denzel's level if she's playing us.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been played a few times though.
Clearly, we were played this season by Jay. We don't know.
So we shouldn't put much past
Yeah,
anyone
no, I mean,
anymore.
I'm just kind of like
We have
okay,
trust issues,
okay.
guys, officially.
Yeah, you guys know why
We have
too.
trust issues.
I have a new favorite,
yeah.
Steven. Let's go ahead and talk about him.
Talk about Steven.
I really like how real he is. Honestly, I've been against Steven the entire season. I can admit. But I feel like he's admitted to his wrongdoings for the most part. But I don't know. He's just so much more open, honest, and mature
He looked pissed.
than he was during the season.
That's all. He looked angry.
He did. He was like a firecracker. Cannot lie. But I don't know. Maybe it was just because he was calling people out on their stuff, or like he was like serious about what he was saying, or we thought
you
he
think
was
just-
wrong for lying, but he made it all make sense.
Do you guys
Is he
think-
playing me?
Well, do you think the social media maybe has had like a toll on him,
I don't look at him on social media.
or do you think he's just pissed?
I think
Time.
I think that the Steven we saw from the beginning of the season to the Steven that we saw in the tell-all, he's definitely grown up.
Yeah.
He's definitely a lot more mature than he seemed. But what I did see in the tell-all is that he still has major anger issues. Like, if you try to say something to him, he's ready to be like, what? Yeah, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Like, he
pops off.
He pops off. And so I think that when he was talking especially about the thank you part, and Iswali was like, well, that's your fiance. Why does she have, like, do your job? That's your kid. That's your fiance. And he's like, it's about respect. And I even felt like, ooh, I should sit up a little.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, scary.
Yeah.
So if that's
police officer?
It's like I wonder how Olga feels.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's more to that story. So although I think that he's definitely matured a bit, I still think he has anger issues.
Oh yeah, the anger issues are definitely there.
That tell-all showed a lot about
He
him.
scares me a little.
That's what I mean.
But I just like
those
that
eyes.
he was calling people out, and he was on it and asking questions and telling you like this is wrong, or I wouldn't let anyone do this to my daughter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, and I think he's really about like the kids. Most important, like for him, family's important. So like, yes, he messed up with how he was treating Olga. Yes, he was not thinking in his right mind when he said he wanted to take the baby away from her. Now that he's reevaluated his situation, I feel like he's paying attention to how Lita and what's his name were? Eric were. Like, even that situation, we're going to see next episode how bad that whole thing bothers him. Because he's going to check Eric about the whole thing. Did you let her call your daughter out of her name? Like, I need to know this. I don't know. I just really like that.
You like that?
I like somebody call him out because no one else is doing it. Everyone's falling for Lita's crocodile tears.
yeah, that was nonsense.
So we'll get into that. But anything else you guys have to say about Steven and Olga?
Well, Kimberly Mayfield in the chat said, I think he's still mature, but admitting to not applying for the visa has allowed him to come off the defensive with Olga. And yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that was still shady though, what he did with the.
Oh, 100%. I just felt like he made it make sense, even though it was wrong at the same time. It's like one of
At
those
least he
lies that's
owned
like,
it, though.
I'm protecting you. but
Right, he
it's
could have
still
just
a
told
lie.
her that, right? At the end of the day, he could have been like, I'm not sure if I'm ready.
Absolutely.
This and that. And conveniently it worked out. And I think that he's shown a different side of him, and I think that that's good. I did want to talk about Olga a little bit. She seems also to have matured a lot as well. And I think having a baby does that to you. Right?
Yeah. She seems like genuinely happy right now.
Really?
So, yeah, you didn't think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's away. Like they're not together. I think she's
Who's this new
Guys,
Stacey?
this tell-all
Who are you
shook
watching
me.
this with? Who are you
No,
watching
this tell-all, I was like, what? Like, in comparison to the last tell-all and the
Yeah.
last season's couples, I'm kind of like,
This is so funny.
no, because also when I noticed, okay, I'm just watching him closely now because of all the stuff we said. And then Sean, the host, was asking, Olga, what time is it over there? And then he responds for her quick. He responds, 2 a.m. it's 2 a.m. over there.
Right.
Like angry. Like he just seems pissed. And I'm like,
Yeah. No, I peeped that. That was
I'm a little scared
bit
still
much.
for Olga. You guys aren't?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, he definitely has anger, and there's more to it.
I'm jaded.
Can we just take a moment to this? Stacey is so.
She
freaking me
switched
out.
us. She switched up on us for the tell-all too.
Yeah.
Larissa's not the only one. I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of like Larissa this tell-all.
I think it's good drama. I think it's really funny. I may agree very little, like just little, because everyone's against her. But we're gonna get into that.
We can talk about that, but I'm gonna. If you were in her position,
I agree with both of you. I'm like split because I was looking at her from everyone's point of view. Like, hold up.
Okay, no, we need time for that.
Definitely.
Then.
But right now we'll go ahead and get into Kehlani and Asuelu. Did I say that right?
Yeah, because
her and her sister is so close.
Kehlani and Kehlani.
Okay. Yeah, it's very I don't know why they named them like that, but I mean, whatever. Kehlani, yeah, whatever.
Kehlani and Kehlani.
Their little sit down for this part was it wasn't like that deep. I feel like we talked about the same issues we always do. The sister came, Kehlani, and talked about how she felt, and I don't know. I didn't get much from them.
I feel like the only one that was interesting was Asuelu, because he's just so pure still to me.
Yeah.
And so emotional and really takes things to heart, which is rare, right? Unless he's an amazing actor. I don't know. But I think that Kehlani's response, I think like there was nothing. I got nothing. Even when the sister came out, it was the same nonsense. The baby, oh yeah, well that's her choice now, so I'm gonna support her. Woo woo woo. Okay, you two.
Right.
And that they wanted
mommy, daddy, that she plays the dad. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That two
it's
son.
kind of played out. Yes.
No, I was gonna say that it was the money issue, like him not sending money or like diapers or anything over there. They just like really honed into that.
Did you understand where he was coming from? When he was like, well, I just think America's just this big, rich country or whatever. Or do you think, regardless, he should send something
I
because
think he
it
should
is
have
his
sent
child? You think?
something. Yeah.
Did you
Diapers?
agree?
I feel like he should have sent something too, just to be like, hey, I know it's not much, but like I'm trying and I'm
Right.
contributing.
And he's counting. I just felt like, come on, you're old enough to know not to count other people's money. Like, okay, maybe you guys aren't like in a full-blown relationship, but don't just count her money from afar just because she's living in this country. That's where like the common misconception is all the time. Is like people think if you live in the U.S., you're rich.
Yeah.
Yep.
Little do they know, come visit before you just
Maybe
jump to that
compare to their
conclusion.
countries to how they live. I mean, how she lives, and she doesn't seem like she's struggling really. I mean, her parents don't seem like
She doesn't, but I mean, we can't count her money because clearly she
We don't
was.
know.
If she said he
Yeah,
could have
that's true.
sent money, I don't know. I just
And then, are we gonna talk about the big thing that happened with them?
yeah.
The baby?
The
Yeah.
breastfeeding?
I thought we
What'd
were
you guys
past that
think?
though. Like just as is like a society,
I
I thought we've all
know.
just come used to just
Yeah, I don't think there's
breastfeeding,
anything
it's-
wrong with that.
yeah,
no,
like-
actually.
That was the biggest thing I got from them. This tell-all.
It was like, oh, she's breastfeeding. No.
Yeah, it was
I was just
interesting.
I didn't think of anything of it.
No,
really.
I saw a post too that it was like a mom post saying that, thanking her for normalizing breastfeeding. Like
She
it is
did.
part of, if you have a child, you're part of your everyday.
Right. And she did what she had to do,
Yeah.
working or not.
Yeah.
On stage
I
or not.
actually didn't even think it was like a thing. I just
Yeah.
thought, whatever. Baby's hungry, she's going to feed him.
Yeah. Go girl. All right. Kehlani, I'm kind of just tired of her being on the show, but I mean,
Kehlani
I'm glad
needs
you
a
guys
man.
are so.
She needs to get her own 90-day fiance.
Somebody. Because she's all up in her sister's malfunction. She is grown. She is a grown woman. She can do what she wants. She is now married. She can have as many babies as she wants with Asuelu. How many does he want? He wants like 10.
10.
If she wants to give him 10 kids, let her. If she wants to do it 7 months back to back, let her.
And here's the thing, too, because you know how she was kind of blaming him a little bit? It takes two to tango.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like you said, you're a grown woman. You
That's
knew what you were doing as well.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not just, oh, he did this on purpose. You participated. You were there too.
Right.
Takes two to tango.
Settle down.
Right. Absolutely.
That's so true. She does blame him for
Everything.
everything.
Yeah.
You guys want to get into Jonathan and his girl Fernanda? You guys, I'm not even going to lie. I think they're a little more boring than Asuelu
Yes.
and Kalani. Just because we're not getting anything else other than the fact that Fernanda's bored. Fernanda is bored. That is where, like, there's trust issues for no reason. Other than, no, I'm not going to say no reason because he hit us with,
I was
he slapped us across the face the first episode.
I think
so
there's
can't even,
few episodes.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, like, no, you're right.
I think
I can't say anything.
No, I think she just doesn't trust him.
I'm
I
just
think to this
saying-
day she still doesn't trust him, just how she seems like.
She doesn't trust him, but like I just need a new storyline or something
I know,
to like
nothing.
get my attention because it's just the same thing. His family didn't show or his mom didn't show, which I wasn't really surprised. And then, you know, the same he's not home issue.
I mean, first off, I felt, and it's not just strictly about the tell-all, but I felt ripped off because we spent time finding the dress with the mom and then she decided she's not wearing it. She's going to save it for her Mexico wedding. So
Right.
that I thought was ridiculous because I'm like, well, we're invested in this too, right? So
Right.
she still looked beautiful and all of that. I do think that I agree with Stacey. I think that they put on a pretty front. And my concern with this couple is that for Jonathan, everything has to be perfect. Like she has to look perfect and like be perfect, and that's why you got her boobs and this, and you're paying for this and this. And what's beneath that surface? What if she, you know, like when she has a baby, she's not going to be that perfect trophy wife? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm worried about that part, and if there's already an underlying part where she doesn't trust him because of his past and his behaviors, then I don't know.
That's why I think there's like not that.
You've never liked Jonathan.
I just think that he is like, this is my young trophy.
Yeah.
That's just how I see it. I mean, I don't see like that connection like I did see with Jay and Ashley.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't see that
Like the age
chemistry
doesn't
between.
matter, they're
I feel
just-
like
yeah.
it is an image thing, and I think she's young. She might be like, oh, I want to come over here and get my Louboutins and all this stuff, you know, and this nice stuff. I mean,
I get
straight
what you're
up,
saying.
and
I
I
get
don't
it,
feel
yeah.
like there's any like real like bring her family in the mix, bring like something more to this table. I just feel like it's just a relationship. He's a real estate agent with the image. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
just remind. I don't know. It's just
And then the
doesn't
other
give
thing
me
that
anything.
is a red light for me, and it was a red light for her, and I think that she should trust her gut on that. But for a man, how a man treats his mother is really tell a sign.
It
Do you
is.
know? And if there's no respect there, and I don't know what their backstory is, but even the way they talk and communicate, you got to think this honeymoon phase is going to be over soon. Then what? Is he going to talk to you that way if he feels like he can talk to his mother that way?
I don't think she would let him get away with it though. I don't know. Because we haven't seen anything like that yet. Like, it's like crazy.
I mean,
him-
we've seen them fight,
But
then
he wasn't like,
Yeah.
he's always like, come on. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We haven't seen him
I don't
switch
see
roles
that
yet.
like vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like that between couples and like deep stuff. I feel like he's crying, but I feel like it's still kind of like fake.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you see someone and you're just like,
Well, this is the perfect
like,
segue.
Like Asuelu, we see that deep, like I'm in pain. Where Jonathan just seems like
Well, we're
It's
going to
a
talk
show.
about
it's a show. It's an
fake
image.
tears.
It's a business deal.
Kind of want to hop into Lita and Eric right now.
Oh yeah.
Lita, I mean, you deserve an Oscar, girl. I
Listen.
cannot. I think
Cray cray.
I'm just gonna jump right in. I think Lita, you started crying because you were in the hot seat. You didn't want anyone to go off on you or tell you about yourself like everyone tells each other about themselves. It's a tell-all. And I think you were finally around some adults that would actually like go in on you, and you were nervous. You can say you keep the same energy for Tasha all you want. She's younger, and you can take advantage and say what you want, blah, 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 and get away with it. But I think she knows with this group, she cannot, and people would not agree with her. So she switched her tone. She said, let me start crying. Cue the tears, come on, cry. She made it happen. Period. I don't think one tear that fell out of Lita's eye was real.
100% agree with you. And we've seen this with, if you follow her or have followed any of the drama on her social media, she can throw the tear in a heartbeat. She's freaking out 1 minute and cussing you out in 1 minute, and all of a sudden she's crying and she's the victim. What I didn't like about their segment or part is that no one called her out on all her
Right?
self. You guys just
They're gonna
watched
come
the
out
clip.
Larissa and not Lita.
Yeah.
don't
Like
get
you
it.
just saw her
Ooh.
talk crazy about Eric's children. You saw the clip where she was basically like, well, I'm here because of my medical career. She said it. Like, I want to come to America and stay here for my medical career and for a better life. And even when Sean asked, do you love Eric? She paused. There was the longest pause, and then she's like, yeah, I love him. But no, you love America more. And even on her wedding day, if you guys remember the episode of all their weddings, what did she cheers? Do you guys remember? She cheers that she can stay in America.
Oh yeah, she sure did.
It had nothing to do with Eric.
Yeah, or
and nothing to
loving
do with
him or
Eric.
anything. Yeah.
So I was just really disappointed that no one called her out. Yeah, you called yourself a selfish bee, but you are that and more.
Right. Oh, people could have really gone in on
I
her.
think it's just,
Why?
yeah.
Why did we not?
I think exactly. I think it's just because of social media thing. She's just like, damn, I need to just throw my hands in the air and just join them because I can't. I have to give up. But I think the couples, I don't understand why they're coming at Larissa and Colt. We'll talk about that later. But Lita and Eric, it's just like.
I don't think
No
Sean
one
was
came
falling
at-
for it.
Yeah,
She
that's
kinda
why
just
she was
like,
digging.
We'll get back into this later.
She
we have
wasn't.
some more. She was not going.
She wasn't at all.
We got to get Tasha on here, girl. We need to know. We need to actually hash this out.
And here's what's interesting is that with the part 2, we saw the preview where Tasha does come on, right? And all of a sudden, it's the bee back because she's like going at it with her.
Yeah.
So, are you like feeling bad and you think that how you acted on this season was wrong, or is this an act?
I think she's feeling bad, not for Tasha. She's feeling bad for herself the whole time. Like, she's like, I feel bad for myself. I have to go through this. So I'm going to take it out on Tasha. I don't feel like she really feels bad that she hurt Tasha.
Oh, she doesn't
She's like,
care.
this is affecting me. So
Yeah.
that's why I feel bad.
She doesn't
because of
care.
the bullying online and all
Right.
the, I mean, the bullying is kind of crazy, guys.
Yeah, but she not that she brings it upon herself, but she's really, really selfish, guys, and she says mean things too, and you can't dish it out and then not think that someone's gonna give it right back to you.
Absolutely.
Whole world.
Like, come on. Even at the wedding, she's like, well, at least one of your daughters were here. That's good enough. Like, ew, you're an awful,
Terrible
awful,
person.
awful individual.
Agreed.
And Eric's just like, I don't want to be alone.
I'm over him.
Yeah, that was so sad and pathetic.
Yeah.
So you rather break up your bond with your family and your daughter specifically, who look at you as the male figure in their life that sets the example for the rest of your life, and say, oh, screw you guys. I'm about to do me right now, and I'm going to marry this awful individual because I don't want to be alone.
Right.
They're both selfish. They deserve each other.
They do. And
I mean,
Eric
there's
is
no
going to get
self-seek.
his. Like, your kids are going to grow up one day. They're never going to forget this time in this moment where you chose
America's
another
not.
woman. So even if the two of you don't last and you get a divorce, they're not going to forget what you did and that you chose Lita over them. So that's something that sticks forever. I just hope you know.
Do you think because Eric lied to her, do you think he sold her like this fake dream? Like, oh, I have a lot of money over there. I can help you with your medical school. And it just like created this whole thing
If he
for
did
her.
go
And then
back,
he was like,
I don't know that he did, but if he did go back, you have this lavish lifestyle.
Dude,
it's nothing to purchase a ticket back.
That's the whole thing. And I don't know if I even still believe her because she's always like, oh, back in Indonesia, I had this. I had a team of makeup artists and hair artists and la, la, la. If your life was so grandiose, why would you move to America? And then as soon as you got here in this 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom mess of an apartment, if you think about it, you guys, just think about it. You're used to living in a mansion. You have your own driver. You have your own hair and makeup team, nail team, all of that. And then you go to your man's place and your man's place is like a box.
it's anything. That's what I'm saying. Lita will say anything to get what she needs in that moment.
She's a
So
liar.
like, so she'll be like, oh, I'm rich. I have everything in Indonesia because she's going to manipulate the situation to try to get what she wants out of Eric at that time.
Yeah.
Same thing with now with all the posts and stuff. She's going all over social media and posting that she was like, she's depressed and she has all these mental issues. It's like, because it's like back to like, I don't saying that stuff could be real, but I mean like,
She knows what she's doing.
yeah,
She's
like
playing her
this is a
cards.
way to play like
it's working
in
on
this
Eric.
moment, let me figure out. And that's what people that are selfish do.
Absolutely.
And then every
They're like,
time-
what can I do? Me.
And every time she would throw it in his face, well, I'll just go back to Indonesia.
Every
She
time.
said that like, I could have had a drinking game and been
mean.
completely lit.
Like,
drinking
if that's what you want, go back.
Right? Because she was so, she said it so many times. I
So
was
you
like,
guys,
then
we're
go.
gonna hop into Colt and Larissa so that we can get to our news and gossip really
Okay.
quick. But I do want to talk about them because
Yes.
They were the stars of the episode. It was so funny. I want to just go ahead and get you both of you guys' opinions because you obviously are on complete opposite sides of the spectrum. You go first.
Okay. So I put myself in Larissa's shoes. I guess I am kind of high maintenance at this point because if my makeup, my outfits, all that stuff, and you're going to go on national television, but I wouldn't do it because other girls look this way. But I'd be like, oh my God, I don't feel comfortable. Like, you know what I mean? You want to feel your best. All your stuff's gone, all your makeup you usually, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To look your best. But I wouldn't probably hold off the show.
And
but
you
I
were
would
saying
kind
they
of
were
be a little just sad,
Yeah.
not going to lie.
And you were saying they were a
don't
little
fit too. I'm
clicked
just
up.
kidding.
Everyone was like against her. And
Yeah, everyone was against Larissa. I mean, she came out the episode. She's like, I gotta look better than Fernanda. I'm like, whoa, where is this like rivalry? That was fun. You know what? The girl was honest. She just said how she felt, and I loved that because she was
so
like,
funny.
she's entertaining. I like
is.
her. I like her.
Linda,
But
you
people
agree with
don't.
that? If anything, you agree she
I
is
totally-
entertaining.
She is
Okay,
entertaining.
yeah, she's absolutely entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I think for sure, like you said, they stole the tell-all. I think that I was complete. She thought she was Kim Kardashian, and I was trying to figure out like, why do you think you're Kim Kardashian?
She's like, I want Kardashian dresses.
Right? She's like, have they never seen the Kardashians? And she said when she said that Fernanda was jealous of her. And then when she's like, this is a perfect black dress. It's tight and short and sex. I was like, oh, so now you dropped the E. Now it's not
no.
it's not sexy,
Straight
culty. It's just a sex. Okay, I got you. So here's okay. So here's the thing with Larissa. Throughout the season, I thought she was just really like a firecracker. And I have a lot of girlfriends that are firecracker like that in their relationships, and some men love that. So that's what I just thought that was. But the tell-all, she really seems like she's crazy. Like I don't know why all the girls are against her. Something I feel like must have happened. But she came in with a mindset like she was going to battle.
Because of the thing about social media.
Yeah, but
the
I knew it was
fighting.
one.
But you
But
didn't-
she was she even said it like, I have to rival those bees, all of them plural, and I'm ready to do war. Those were her exact
Guys.
words. And when she got there, you saw that they were all against her. So I'm not sure what exactly happened. And besides the thing with Fernanda, but she's crazy about it, you
So
know. And I
something
thought
else.
she was so super high maintenance when she like all the productions out there buying dresses, they're texting and showing you pictures, and that's not good enough. That's like who are and when she walks in and she says, well, I don't like curls in my hair. Like I get you got a specific look. But again, a little bit of this is the reality TV going to your head.
But-
you're being 100% high maintenance.
I think it was also the insecurity. You know what I mean? Because maybe these insecurity around the other girls, like, oh, they're just going to talk trash about me and bully up against me again. I want to find out. But you know, I noticed too.
Again,
is
when was the first time?
That's what I'm saying. Well, when the online
the
social
social
media
media.
thing. But I think there was more because when we see like parties and even when we met some of the cast, Larissa wasn't there with Colt. So I'm wondering if these cast members are super close because they've hung out. But where's Larissa and Colt? We haven't seen them at all these like little events they'll throw and stuff.
I think it's a lot of it has to do with filming and maybe when they all get together, like obviously they're used to her wanting attention and Cole and them being late, or I think it's about wasting other people's time. So maybe that's where all the animosity comes for everyone else. But Fernanda and her, I think it's a lot deeper than just the show. But I don't think anyone else, like, I mean, I felt like the fans would have the tea or something if it was something
y'all
deeper.
spill this tea,
We need
'cause
to
there's more.
find.
There's more to
Where's
this.
more to
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
But we have some tea for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get into news and gossip because we got to keep this train rolling.
But you know what? And I think a little
more thing?
bit there's some things that they don't like her because she is. I mean, maybe she doesn't have as many followers as them, but like stealing the show. Like it's Larissa and Colt are like the main attraction of this show this season.
Yeah.
I mean, they're funny.
They are.
Like, they're hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. They're very entertaining.
They are.
And
They are.
I don't like that, like, the other girls were like, oh, well, she's too big to even be a model, or she needs to work out. Like, they started going low, and I'm like, dude,
Oh yeah,
you
when
don't
they
gotta
started
take
body
it
shaming her, I'm
there.
glad they cut that quick.
Yeah,
because
'cause
you
that's
know
not
what?
cool.
You all need to all look at yourselves.
Yeah.
That's it. Focus
That's
on
why
your
I
own
think it
selves.
might have gone before, like, to a superficial level. Maybe they were attacking her.
Possibly.
I could be wrong.
Let us know, you guys.
We need to know.
We're
We
gonna
need to
let you
find
know
this
what
out.
we know already, though. So news and gossip. Linda, what you got for us?
The first one is the GoFundMe page that was created, and it was not created by Ashley. It was created by a super fan for Ashley to help get Jay back to Jamaica. So they're raising $50,000. I thought it was hilarious. I thought the whole circle with the thing crossing his face is all just too much and too true. You know, because she's already paid a ton of money to get him here. So I can imagine, like, you know what? I'm not spending money to send you home.
Wait,
Right.
is she still, like, because she said something during the tell-all that she's not going to go through the next process or something? What was that?
Okay, so you remember when we used to do our K1 visa segment?
Yeah, that's-
So the K1, as soon as you get married, you can now apply for your green card. But she's not going to apply for the green card, so it's going to keep him in an indefinite state. And if he's in an indefinite state, he can't work because he doesn't have a green card, doesn't have a social security number.
Girl is smart.
And so she will also not be on the hook for the 10 years for him because he's indefinite. So at some point, he's going to have to go because he can't work. And I was saying this earlier to Alex that even like if he tried to work under the table, he's too famous now for that to not go unnoticed.
Right.
Do you think that he's going to pull like a Luis, like marry someone really fast or...
But he's again still in limbo because she would have to annul or divorce him in order for him to get remarried.
So she has all the power.
She's smart.
Yeah.
I like Ashley. I like her.
What's
The next one, this was today. So Ashley went on live and she was answering some questions, but no questions at all about Jay. She kept saying, I can't answer any questions about Jay. I can't answer any questions about Jay. But she was traveling somewhere. She's promoting some new product, I believe. So I just thought it was interesting that she was 100% against answering any questions about Jay. Like, you couldn't ask her anything on her live, and that was today.
Because that's with like Fernanda too. She went on and with their whole breakup now
Yeah.
too. She's like, don't ask me anything. Do you think it's
So,
because TLC is just
I
like...
think so. I think so. Maybe
on
they're
it.
under contract. We don't know, like, if it's for the happily ever after, and we see that they're not. I'm not sure.
And then this one.
The cameo decline. So this is when it first broke that they were no longer together, and so they're all on Cameo, like all the 98 Day stars, not just this season. And so she was basically saying, you know, happy holidays, everyone. And this is when we first knew that there was something going on. The next one is hilarious to me. It's the personality chart. And you guys with the memes, if we could just blow that up a little bit more and a little lower. The first one is Norman Bates. And on the Norman Bates side, of course, we have Colty. And I believe we have,
Cheap and pathetic. Oh
Ah,
my goodness.
right. And then Speaks Like Toddlers. We have Oswelu. And then we have our best Azan.
Y'all made a graph.
Yeah, they did. And then let's talk about a little bit of the psychotic personality. You've got Steven right up there, but you also have Colt right there. You have Paul right there. You have all, and so I think it's just hilarious because it's kind of pretty accurate,
That's
you
really
guys.
funny.
Azan's looking like a great guy. From
Compared to all of this, right?
Yeah.
Nuts.
As
And then
in,
the very
not
last
Azan.
one, the pure evil. I'll just let you guys take a look at who they have there.
Interesting.
Oh,
Oh,
dang.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Straight
Okay,
That's
I'm
it.
here for it.
She's in her own category by
Nice
herself.
one. Nice.
So,
As she should be. Okay.
well, you know, people just don't like Lita. They don't
Right.
like her, and that's how she's coming across.
This is how you felt, Stacey.
And then this next one
felt
is
like they
the
were all
Mean
Mean
Girls.
baby.
I mean,
I agree.
So they
what
have
was that?
they
You
have
don't need to do
Larissa
that.
on one side, and then they have Fernanda, Lita, and Ashley on another
They need a
side.
Suelo in there too. He was
I
like
agree.
putting him ready to put his boxing gloves on.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
He was like,
But this battle that's obviously has brewed, we'll have to see what happens next because obviously there's going to be a lot more to this story.
All right.
watch your back.
We'll go ahead and just jump into our special segment. What do you
I
think?
missed it.
Yeah, I love this special segment. Okay, so my first question: do you believe that you can rebuild trust in a relationship?
Oh my God, why do you start with the hardest one?
That is so different.
I'm going to say maybe.
I'm going to say. I'm gonna agree with maybe. I say no because I just feel like it's really hard, and I say yes because I feel like there's a chance. It just depends on the person and how bad they actually want to change, because you can't change someone. So yeah, it takes
I'm
a
going
lot
to say
of work.
maybe because I think that for me personally, I have been cheated on, and it turns you into a person that you're not. And if you can't get past that and literally say, hey, you know what? I'm going to let it go and not think about it, not bring it up during fights or worry or doubt, then, okay, you'll be able to get past it. But if you're going to be like, oh, you know, this dude did this back then, and then all of a sudden you're checking phones and you're checking this, then there's no trust there. And so for me, I know that I wouldn't want to be that person that it makes you afterwards.
Right.
So that's
Makes
what I'm
sense.
saying, maybe. But I know that some people go through infidelity and it's all good.
Right.
No, I don't think the trust is ever.
You don't think you'd ever rebuild
You might
it?
forgive them, but you never forget.
Right.
I don't.
And it's
So
like in the
I
back
just
of
think
your
it's in
mind
the
all
back
the
of your
time.
mind. You're like, I don't respect you that much anymore.
Yeah.
And that's sad. So
Yeah.
you can be cool. We're cool, but I don't have to be with you.
Yeah.
Stacey said, yeah,
Nope.
we cool.
We're
but
cool, but I
ain't
don't
that
have to be
cool.
with you.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, and then my second question, we'll only do 2 tonight. Is lying to protect someone, is that okay?
Like, what's
To
an
lie to
example
protect someone?
of that?
Like the excuse that Steven used. That he was just like, because he went along with Kalani when she said she was pregnant. So he was trying to lie because he didn't want her stressed out.
No, I'm
That
going to go
was
with
just
no.
that was
gonna
like a
say
thing.
no?
Like, okay, this is gonna make me. Yeah, no.
I'm going to agree because I feel like you should always give someone the truth. That way they can make their decision based off of what it really is.
Yeah.
And because, like, you're taking that option to, like, figure out themselves, like, for them to make their own decision. You're
Yeah.
taking that away from them when you lie.
Yep.
And I think he was
So-
just agreeing with Kalani because it took the heat off him.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't think
I
he
can see
really was
that.
like, oh yeah, I'm trying to protect her. He was trying to protect himself and think only of himself.
he made it
and that
work.
baby.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
he did.
absolutely
He
made
came
it
back.
work.
He came
made
back.
it work.
And he came back,
But I
but-
liked how Sean called him out. It's like, but you basically started your relationship on a lie.
Right. So, I mean, she's, like, on it. I really like her.
I like her.
She's, like, asking the hard-hitting questions. It's like, goodness, I would hate to be in that hot seat.
And I like how she's like, when they get all Riley and out of control, how she puts her hands out and she's like, ugh, like,
Yeah.
stop this.
Yeah, it's just, like,
Let's
too
be
much
civil.
going on.
Yeah, it's funny to me.
really like
She's
her.
like the only sane person. And the last thing I want to say here too is, didn't you think it was funny that when Larissa and Colt showed up, all of a sudden everyone's popping out of their seats? I'm like, where are we all going?
Yeah.
Where are we all?
It was a lot.
It was like, come on.
It was a lot.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was like kind of fake. I'm
Like-
sorry, but Swelu, like, are you that mad?
Or when he was
Okay,
like-
his was
That was a
his
little- that felt a
real.
little
I feel like
fake.
everyone
Really?
else
I
was
felt
just
like that was-
dramatic. Like, I didn't necessarily agree with Ashley's walk off. Like, it did. Like, I want to know what happened between
Yeah,
her and Ashley that made her
Maybe
really that
there
mad.
is something that
Has to.
we don't
Because
know.
people
Yeah,
argue
has
all the
to.
time.
Has to. Why are they all so like the Mean Girls? Why are they so against her?
Yeah.
Something had to have
Yeah,
happened.
And
Something
Lita's like,
bad
I can't
happened.
do this, baby. Like, I'm gonna die, baby. Like, she said that to.
Again, making it about herself.
She
but
said
it
that
has
to
nothing
Eric.
do
I'm
with
just
you.
like, okay, but we're gonna see how you
Astounding.
react when Tasha hits the screen. I cannot wait to see how that all plays out with Lita. But
part 2.
we're gonna get into predictions right now. What do you guys think is gonna happen in part 2?
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
I don't know. I think it might get a little physical because people are getting really heated with Larissa and Colt. I don't know if someone's gonna push someone or maybe they're gonna like act like they're going to, like Jerry Springer crap, but I think it might get a little physical. And I think the Tasha coming on is gonna make a lot of drama. Not because she's causing it, but I mean with Lita. And it's gonna get where we're gonna see more of Lita's like backlash. Like she's gonna go at it with her. Like she's not gonna be able to cover it up
Right.
very well.
I think that Steven's going to call out Lita and Eric, and Eric's going to start to see how ridiculous he looks because also Steven is younger, like closer in age to his kid. So it's going to be like, oh, you see it from this perspective. You see it from my kid's perspective, and he's not having it. I think that the fight between Fernanda and Larissa is going to escalate, but not to a physical level, but just to like a cat fight. And it's going to be interesting to see because the husbands are now kind of jumping in on it. And I feel Colt more than anyone. So, but you know, you guys, Colt has that like psychotic, calm vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be a storm and he's talking like a crazy psychopath.
Stop.
Am I lying?
No.
Am I lying?
I kind of,
like
yeah,
when he
no, I see that.
whispers and he's talking, well, what about you?
Yeah.
And what about, and everyone else is. I was like, ooh, that's the person you need to be scared of.
Not the person
The
that's all
quiet ones?
screaming.
That's
the
right.
quiet ones that are
quiet
like,
ones are
yes.
the dangerous
yeah,
ones.
Deadly.
the calm ones when craziness is going on.
Oh,
You
gotta
know
watch.
what, too? I think it's just going to be like a fight where they're just like bashing each other's looks, and that's
Yeah.
it. And then I think Jonathan and Colt are going to bash each other, or Jonathan's going to bash Colt's looks or something. It's going
Yeah.
to get so stupid, superficial. I think that's going to happen. And then, I don't know, Colt might go do something off camera.
You never
Listen.
know. You never know with 90 Day.
Send his cats.
Well, you guys,
Their
you
way.
can catch us next Tuesday for part 2, Tell All, here again at 10 o'clock. We're excited, ready to see if these predictions actually come true or who gets closest to it. I'm your girl, Alex Bowers. You can follow me all over social media at Hey Alex Bowers.
Hey guys, I'm Stacey Olivas. You can follow me all over social media at Stacey Olivas. And yeah, also follow my Instagram at 90 Day Fiance now. Oh my gosh, there's so much dirt.
Scoop.
I'm getting scooped too, exclusives and stuff from some of the cast members. So you guys have to check that out.
Yes.
Love it. And guys, Linda is so girly all across social media. Hit me up. I love hearing from you guys.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.